Hi, it's FX again. This is going to be a 5-part series on mindset and why it's so important. Now, regarding my powerlifting journey, I had this mindset, I had this singular focus, I had this identity, who I was. Basically, I was mind over matter incarnate, right? I was the person that was going to get these tremendous results to show everyone what's possible, to blow away what it says in the books, right? Like of what is possible. Like, oh, you can only do this and you can only do that. So my goal was to show people what's possible, and it still is. And it's so good to be reconnected with this mindset. Taking a step back, when I had singular focus, unconsciously, I began automatically making the right decisions. Now, I want to take a step back. A reason I really like physical training is because you can see your results in real time and space very quickly. It's this like very direct feedback loop. So you know if you're on, the wrong path or the right path. Where do you want to be going? So we're limited, even though I was working out 3 hours a day, we're limited by our ATP stores, our energy, and we're limited by lactic acid buildup. That's when the muscles begin to get sore and they have to flush that out. We can increase our endurance, our strength over time, right? I didn't start at 405 back squat. I worked up to that. So even when we're working up to that, there's still limitations on working out physically, right? There's going to come a time where we have to stop, refresh, refuel, heal. However, this is what I attest my success to, or a great deal of it: visualization. And I know this, well, no, it won't sound, it's going to sound amazing when I share this right now. See, with powerlifting, there's a power clean. And the power clean is a very complex movement. You have to basically, there's 3 parts to the lift. There's the initial part where you're getting the bar right past your knees. There's the swoop and the jump, and then there's the rack. There's getting under the weight fast enough. And they happen so quickly. I mean, I would say in under a second. It can be difficult to really train and learn that form in physical space only. And what helped me master the clean, the power clean, the full clean, was visualization. I would rehearse through my own eyes, and I would see myself. I would see the bar at my feet. I would see how I was standing. I would see how I was lifting, what I'm looking at. I would feel the snap. I would feel the weight on my shoulders. I would feel myself getting underneath the weight, all in real time very quickly. And I could basically troubleshoot my form inside my mind. That is huge. And there's a famous Olympian, I think Billy Starr, who is a weightlifter, specifically in the Olympic lifts like these, the clean and jerk and the snatch, that would do this. He would lay in bed before his training and basically work out as a warm-up inside his mind. He could really feel the 405 pounds on his back when he was doing back squats. He could feel the 400 pounds when he would clean it and jerk it in his bed. And he would just talk about how vivid it was. So it was very cool to know, number one, my unconscious, your unconscious, has this internal intuition to do things like this, right? It just knows what's going to help you go there. The other thing is when it gets validated and you hear other people's success stories in this way, and you see what they were able to achieve with similar mechanisms, visualization. And here's the caution. This is what I want to share with you today. This is going to be a series, but for today, we're going to focus on visualization and why it's so important. On this side, we see how important it is, right? I was constantly visualizing myself getting stronger, getting my form down better, learning how to really just with the back squat, how to get the bounce at the bottom. Because I would do what's called ass to grass. So it's you squat as low as possible. You go past parallel. And now this is healthy for your knees. I'm not going to go into why. There's plenty of coaches that have this philosophy. You can look them up. They're experts, right? However, by visualizing those things, I was able to get dramatic results. And I notice that a lot of people tend to rehearse the opposite of what they want. They're rehearsing like doomsday scenarios and stuff like that. And so what's happening is, just like I was getting that practice, right? My muscles were getting used to doing cleans that way. They were getting used to the movement, the motor functions, right? All the coordination of the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, all those things. The muscles themselves could feel the weight, so they could already be used to it. So when I would get under it, it's not as scary, right? It was actually easy because I was already acclimated to it, right? I had rehearsed it so much that it was easy to step into it fully and completely and maximize my results. Now, over here, imagine if you're running doomsday scenarios. What are you doing to your body? What kind of unnecessary stress is happening to it every time you run those movies, right? What kind of workout is it getting? Now, hold on, I want to make a caveat. I'm not saying not to prepare, right? Here's the fine line. I'm all for imagining yourself in doomsday scenarios if you see yourself doing those things where you come out the other side, right? If you have the focus to survive a doomsday scenario, right? And maybe survive brilliantly, like the best out of everyone. Like, you just know that you're going to make it through and you're here to show people what's possible in the scenario. Then you have a different focus, right? Now you're rehearsing all the ways to triumph over the adversity, right? That's amazing. Imagine what you're doing for your system when you're doing that, right? It's just like being able to get under 400 pounds, like that could be really stressful for a person if they didn't have any rehearsal. But when they have the practice and the rehearsal to get under it, then it's easy. So just to keep with the metaphor, I feel like a lot of people are running scenarios where they go to lift the weight and it like falls on their head, or they're going to squat and then they get stuck under the weight and they're pinned and then they get crushed, even though you could just throw it off your back, right? And that's such a great metaphor. Imagine that. How many people are sitting stuck underneath a really heavy squat they can't lift because they're focused on that and they're just stuck there when all they have to do is just throw it off their back? Oh my God, right? And how good would it feel when you just throw that weight off your back so that you can stand up tall again? And how much stronger will you be when you throw that off your back and stand up after adapting to holding that weight for so long, right? That's the power of mindset. All of this is the power of mindset. And I am so excited to progress with this series. I hope you are too. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out below. Have a good day.